Yaga. In the last video there was quite a bit of noise. I don't know why at a certain point in the video, and it does stop before the video ends, so hopefully you're able to still get the message and stick through that noise. I will be investing in a microphone shortly, so please bear with me. So guys, I wanted to speak on this topic. It's been playing on my mind, and I'm going to probably touch on it a number of times. As we age, as we hopefully mature, the question does come to mind, will I start a family? Will I pass on my genes? Especially now that we have hit the wall, as they may say. We're in the sort of pre-halfway point, the post-30 mark. We'll be able to find someone whom we can settle down with. We find someone that we can start a family with. Is there someone that we can partner with? Can we find my twin flame? Can we find our person? Now, that our person doesn't exist. Twin flame doesn't exist. What do I mean by this? Well, narcopaths basically mimic. They copy us, so they don't have a sense of identity. They don't have a sense of self, a true self. They operate with the false self, with their mask. Because they do that, this idea of twin flame or your person doesn't exist. So even when you hear somebody on these TikTok videos, these ladies talking about, I want to find my person, when you hear that, you know straight away that you're dealing with someone who is unhealed. You're dealing with someone who is unawakened. You are dealing with someone who doesn't have the knowledge. The knowledge tells us that we are everything, and all is within us. As above, so below. As within, so without. So in some shape or form, especially if you have this wonderful empathy, your pain is someone else's pain. Your joy is someone else's joy. Your sorrow is someone else's sorrow. Your jubilant experience ripples through like a butterfly through the atmosphere, or through the air, shall I say. So it's something to aim to be one with yourself. There's no need to search out a partner. There's no need to want to procreate, to make a baby, to bring people into this world when you yourself are still actually a baby in your spiritual journey, in terms of your knowledge, in terms of understanding. You're still on your spiritual path, and you're on your healing curve, as it were. So I would say that should be more of the focus than to meet someone, to have children with someone, to start a family with people. Saying that empaths, kindred spirits, sentient beings would actually make wonderful role models, would actually make beautiful parents. At the time being an uncle, being an aunt, being a godfather or godmother to a narcissistic sibling is perfectly fine. And to find find joy in that and not worry too much about meeting someone. I think in today's time with how a lot of these characters behave, there is more chance of meeting up with broken people. There's more chance of having a baby with a narcopath than you would with a healed person. Just looked weird. And then you have 18 years, even more, with someone who has different values with yourself. Also, this Jezebel spirit, this Delilah spirit, this possession, which I look at as a curse, could be in your bloodline, and being a curse breaker would be to heal from these ailments, but it could also be just plainly by stopping the passing down of this unfortunate pathology, which is MPD, BPD, any antisocial personality disorder. I think that's one itself. Any neuroticism, any sort of neurotic kind of unhinged sort of style operating system, I would say, actually, because these things, it's almost as if they are these programs and we're just playing our role, playing our part, playing the record. And with narcopaths, their record has a massive scratch on one track, so the needle cannot actually get past that scratch. It just goes on it, repeats, goes on it, repeats, goes on the scratch, repeats itself. So they play the same record all of their lives. Empaths, we have a scratch on our record also. The difference is, with our self-reflection, we can pick up the needle and skip it over the scratch, or we can send the record back to the factory and they can add some special solution and polish the record and it will play smoothly. That is the advantage we have on these people. We are able to consciously decide how we want our story to end. Narc abuse, toxic jobs, toxic family, BS systems, being around these characters, it's just a chapter in our lives, and it can be helpful in allowing us to see the patterns that we make, the choices that we make, the red flags that we ignore. These experiences give us they give us knowledge and know-how of of how the world works. It gives us understanding of NPCs. It gives us understanding of knowing where harm is and how to protect ourselves and stay out of harm's way. It teaches us about supply and attention, and where our attention goes, energy flows, and how we can manifest the life that we want and deserve. As I was getting ready to come out today, I found a single sock. I was going to bring it, but I forgot. I'll maybe bring it for the next video. But when I talk about endless intrigues, this sock is an example of one. So I've lived in a few sort of artist warehouse spaces where you share with many people, maybe 6 people, 7 people before. What narcopaths would do, one of the things they would do is, if you have maybe a favorite pair of socks brand new, they'll remove just one sock. So you'll be looking for just that one sock, and it's a brand new pair. So you will would lack for that. So you'll be looking for it and it's completely gone. You do this with a brand new pair which you may have tucked into some shoes that you don't wear often, and they'll remove the socks. Or maybe it's a piece of jewelry which has no real monetary value. It could be a piece of jewelry that is from your country, and it's your mum brought it for you, so it has sentimental value, but it's immaterial, something from the market in Africa, and they'll remove it. I also had a scenario where I didn't know at the time, living with this artist. I would go to my job and I would come back, and the cologne that I would wear would be missing. So they would empty out, the sort of cologne, the sort of how much you've got in the perfume container. And I would go to work and come back, and he would have emptied some out. Either he took it, stole it, or he just emptied it, threw it away, to cause me supply, maybe asking people, oh, what happened, and maybe getting upset. So again, this is just a list of some of the endless intrigues, and I'm sure as I go along this series, more will pop up. But let's go back to the topic of today's video. This fear of not passing on your genes. Fear not. Spend your time focusing on healing yourself, becoming a better version of yourself, becoming confident in doing things alone, spending time with yourself, going to places by yourself, not constantly apologizing, not relying on toxic family systems, finding new ways to earn money, and exploring your city in a new mindset of just being curious. And if you do that, you'll be able to move forward in a positive way.